Hello everyone, I'm Chandra here, Chaitanya's Python support. So we are here to discuss about a mini project. So this mini project is designed on the Django using a forms. And uh, here this is the requirement document. So we are written in detail and this particular explanation is already available in this YouTube link in our channel. So please go through this particular YouTube link if you have any questions. So we'll discuss and you can reach out to me for further discussion. So now we'll start discussion about this mini project. And it is a web application. The application name is called the Job Portal Web Application. So in this application, mainly we are focusing on the job seeker and the employers. So who all are the job seekers? The job seekers are from different sectors like the software sector and the medical sector and the sales sector and some other HRs related to this. So what they will do basically, so they will create their profile in this particular application. So they need to provide some basic information, is like the personal information, the professional information, and they should able to update their profile in this same application. They should update their own profile, and they need to apply for a jobs. As we already have employers here, what employers can do we will discuss. They usually they need to update their profile and they need to inactivate their profile, and so that they will not receive any notifications further. So if the profile is they need to be activated in future if they required any time. And at the same time, the same application will handle the employers as well. The employers can create and they register themselves in the as a new employer in the application. They need to able to post the job openings as from their organization, and they need to search for a job profiles, so which are the positions are free in the organization. For those positions they need to post the jobs, and based upon that particular job they need to search for a job profiles. Okay, and they need to shortlist, and they need to go through the in detail the job seekers profile. And at the same time the job seekers are also can able to search for a job openings in the sense the employer who are posted the job openings. Those particular job openings the job seeker can able to search, so based upon their skill set. Okay, and if the profile is if the job opening is matches, so they need to apply for a position in the organization. So once they applied it, the employer can review the application, and need to perform some other operations like they need to shortlist the profile, or they need to schedule for an interview, or they need to reject the profile. All those operations they need to perform. This is what the overall background of this particular web application. So now, what are all the actions needs to be performed? As a first point, the first action is called a landing page. So you need to develop a landing page, so where all the hyperlinks will be displayed as respect to the areas. Like the first area is called for a job seekers, and second area is called for a employers. So for the job seekers, so these are all the actions needs to be performed. Like these are all the hyperlinks needs to be enabled in the landing page. The landing page is nothing but the welcome page, the first expression of the web application. Okay, so the first action is called the create a new profile. So in this, the job seeker needs to provide some basic information, and they need to create a profile in the application. And the second one is update the profile, and the third one is search for a job openings, and the fourth one is view applied jobs. Okay, so all these actions we will discuss in detail in the below points. It is mentioned clearly. So whereas coming to the employers, the first is the employer registration. Like the employer has to register. The employer in the sense the company has to register in the application. The post a new job, the employer needs to post a new job and search for candidates. The candidates in the sense job seekers, and review job applications. So these are the few hyperlinks needs to be enabled in the landing page. So once this landing page is available, so now coming to the first action is called the create a new profile. So in this action, what needs to, as soon as the user clicks on this, the create a new profile, The job seekers needs to create a profile with their information. Like the form has to display for a job seeker where they need to provide the basic informations. The basic information is like the personal information and some professional information. So in the personal information point of view, the name, first field is called a name. So this particular field will define the job seeker's name. All the validations must be valid on this particular name, and this particular job seeker's name is unique in the system. With the same name, the multiple applications should not be allowed the system. Okay, and the second one is called the email field. So like the job seeker needs to provide their email ID and must be unique in the system with a valid format. And the next one is the phone number. The phone number mandatorily has to provide the standard format. The phone number is also unique in the system. The address, this address represents the job seekers basic information like the native information. The job seeker has to provide an optional text area, means their address they has to provide in the text area field. Okay, and the next one is career objective. The career objective is the initial expression of a job seeker, so they need to provide the career objective in a text area. Okay, so now the professional information, what includes in the professional information, as a first point is the education details. The educational details point of view, the degree name where the job seeker completed his graduation or a degree. Okay, so that should be in a drop down. The drop down should contain few, the degree names are called the bachelor's degree, master's, diploma. These are the examples only, so you need to add some other degree names as well. And here it is the institute name where the degree has been completed by a job seeker, that will be represents the institute name field. And these two fields are the start date and end date, the duration of particular degree start date and end date. Okay, these two are a mandate. Okay, so now the next one is the work experience. So the work experience point of view, all these are the fields we have. So like the work experience in the sense the previous project or the previous organization working information. So the working information, the title represents the job name which should be in the drop down. Like it is in the drop down. The few of the examples are called the software engineer, the marketing manager, senior software engineer, the sales representative or HR. So whatever the position that will define in the field title field. And the next one is the project name. The project name is, as we already know that which project a job seeker has been worked in the previous organization or a previous project. That project name defines this particular field. And the company name, in which company the job seeker has worked, that will define this particular field. Okay? And the technology, on which technology a job seeker worked in a previous organization or a previous project. So specifically we need to specify the technology here. Okay, and similarly the start date and the end date. So like the duration of a work experience in a previous organization or a previous project, so that will define these two fields, the start date and the end date mandatorily has to provide. And the next is the skills. So as part of the skills, the skill name is a mandatory. So like this particular skill name will define and in the previous project in which skill the job seeker has worked. And in this job skill name point of view, the next field is called proficiency. So this field will define how proficiency on the skill, on this particular skill, it should be in a drop down. So like the few of the proficiency is called a beginner, intermediate, advanced and expert. Okay, and the next is year of experience. So what is the experience in a previous organization or a previous company on a specific work experience or on a skill. Okay, and the next one is called the languages. The languages is nothing but the known languages. The first field is called the language name. So this is the known language name, it will define. So based upon the language name, the proficiency like the beginner, intermediate, advanced, fluent or native. Okay, and the next three fields are whatever the language name has mentioned by a job seeker. It can be reader, it can write, it can speak. So these three fields are either a checkbox or a drop down with the value true or false. Any one of these two is accepted. These three fields all defines the same. Either it is a checkbox, either it is a drop down with the values are called true or false. Okay, and the next one is the profile status. So this is a very much important. So like the job seeker, they need to maintain their profile either it is active or inactive. If it is active, so that the employers can able to see the job seeker's profile. If it is inactive, this particular profile hidden for employers. Okay, so once all this information is filled by a job seeker, the form has to submit. So then the profile has been should be saved in the system. With all this information, the profile should be saved in the system. So this is the second point. As point of view, the job seeker registration. And the next is the third point here. So once the registration is completed, it means the profile has been created in the system. The job seeker can update it regularly as they gain more experience and skills. So day by day, we need to update our profiles. So with the latest information. Okay. So in point of view, the profile information like the personal information or experience information or the skill sets information. So whatever the job seeker wanted to update it, those information has to be updated in the third point. And the fourth point is the goal for employers is the employers has to register their organization on the platform and set up their company profile to enhance the trust with the potential job seekers. So like this particular fourth point is says the registration for employers. Okay, so few basic information is required for the employer registration. So what are all those informations? The company name, the organization name, the company name, organization both are same. Okay, so this particular name will define a particular company name. It is a required, it is a mandatory field in the text input. Okay, and second one is the industry. Second field is called industry. This particular industry field is a drop down. So like a few of the examples I just provided here, the industry belongs from IT, sales, medical or marketing. These are the few examples only. You can consider any other industry along with this. And the next one is the company description. So this field will represent the brief summary of an organization, like the organization, what is the organization mission, vision and some other operations, what it includes, the basically the company. And the next information is the contact information. So this is a very much important information in a job seeker's point of view. So like the job seekers will search for a job openings. So if the employers must and should provide this information like the full name, the point of contact name, it is required. Okay, and the email address, it must be unique and validated, and the phone number it should be in a proper format and it must be unique in the system. Okay, so this is the employee registration few information. Like once registered, the employer is registered in the system, they need to perform some additional operations as well. So like posting jobs and reviewing applications. So these are mentioned and elaborated in detail below. The first point is says the same. So the employer should be able to post the job openings in a way that attracts a job seekers. They mainly needs to focus to posting a job openings. Okay. So for posting a job openings, the employer must and should require some form fields to fill up that particular information. So what are all those information? Here it is. The first one is a job title. What is the position is available in the organization, that will define the job title field. Okay, so here few examples are the position is a software engineer or the HR manager position or the sales representative position or the senior software engineer position. That will define the job title. And the description is it will define the roles and responsibilities are there in that particular job position. And the job type, what type of job it is, whether it is a full-time job, part-time job or any contract to hire job or any other internship. And the salary range, this salary range will define the minimum and maximum salary offered by an organization. Okay, and the location. What is the location a job is available? This is the text input, and it will define the city, state, and the area, any one of it. And the required skills. The required skills for this position, this particular field will be defined. Here we need to select a drop down where the employees choose all these are the skills. These are the examples of, in point of view, the required skills. Okay, and the next one is the year of experience. So this field will define what year of experience is fit for this position. So it will be in a drop down. So like the few examples here are 0 to 2 years, 3 to 5 years, 5 to 8 years. Okay, the range of experience it will define. And the last field is called the remote work option. So we need to provide, the employer needs to provide this particular option either with a checkbox or either with a drop down with a value true or false. If it is a checkbox, so then the employer it has to be check-in, so that it will, this particular position will be a remote position. Okay, and if it is a drop down, so if it is a true, so then it is a remote work. If it is a false, so then it is a work from office. Okay, so this is what the fifth point. And the next sixth point is the employers should be able to search the job seeker profile. So like employers need to search with some keywords. Those keywords are defined in below with some fields. The fields are called the keyword search, the skills required, experience levels, and the location. Employer wanted to search with some keywords is called the job title or a skills. Okay, and the skills are required. The skills, what are the skills are required? So this, those particular skills we need to represent, we need to enable it in a drop down field. Okay, and experience level. So this is the optional field. It has to be a drop down field to choose the level of experience. Okay, and the location. The location of a job seekers. So the input of the candidates is the candidate city or a region. Okay, it must be an optional. So once the employer finds the suitable profiles, with all this search, the employer will find the suitable profiles. So then they should able to view the detailed job seekers application and decide if they wanted to contact them or not. This has to be mentioned in the, like the employer needs to shortlist it, or needs to prepare for further interviews, or needs to be considered for further consideration, or it whether the profile is going to be rejected or not. Okay, and the seventh point is the job seekers should be able to search for job openings based on some criteria. This criteria will define like the job title, skills, and the job location, industry, and the experience level. The search criteria for the job seekers are these are the one. So like the job title and the skills, the keyword search. Okay, and the next one is the job type. What type of job the job seeker is looking for? It will define in the drop down whether it is a full time, part time, contract, or internship. And the skills, what the job seekers skills will search in this field. It will be a drop down field to search for some skills, like those skills are the Python, marketing, development, and some sales. So these are the examples only. And the location, it will define a specific location for a job seeker to work in the organization. And here it is the level of experience. The level of experience the job seeker will choose. If it is the 4 years, so then the job seeker will choose 3 to 5 years as the experience level. Okay, the same will be applicable for the job seeker as well. Once the job seeker identifies a role that suits them, so they need to click on the job, they need to check the detailed information, and they need to bookmark it. Whatever is suitable for a job seeker, they need to bookmark it, and they need to apply it later if they want. Okay, and they need to enable a button to submit their application instantly. So this is the one optional we need to provide. Okay, and the next eighth one. So employers should be able to review the applicant's profile. The applicant's profile, in the sense here it is the job seekers. They need to review, the employer needs to review the job seekers application. Okay, and by looking into the first impression is the employer can able to identify with the candidate's profile and with the cover letter. Okay, and they need to do these operations, like they need to shortlist for further consideration, reject if the applicant doesn't fit for the role, and request the interview directly from the platform. So these are all the actions needs to perform by an employer. Okay, so this is what all about the requirement, and here few notes is there. It is purely for the developer point of view, and this particular explanation is available in our YouTube channel. So please go through this particular YouTube channel. If you have any questions, it will be more helpful for you while implementing this particular logic. And if you have any further questions, so please reach out to me. I will be there for you while implementing this particular application. Okay, so thank you so much all. Wish you very all the best.